time for the toast. If I can have Dale up to the DJ booth, please.
Well, good evening, everyone. And to those of you I've not had the pleasure of meeting, I'm Brea's dad, Dale. Please also meet my wife, my best friend, and Brea's mom, Lynn. She has really poured her heart and soul into this event this evening, and I really appreciate it. I love you so much. On behalf of Brea and Cale, we'd like to welcome you. Some of you have come quite a distance, while others from our local area. Sometimes it seems like you've come a long distance in the local area. In either case, please know that your effort has not been lost on us, and that each of you have made the celebration that much more meaningful for Brea and Cale. I would also be remiss at this time in not recognizing Cale's family for our rehearsal dinner last evening. The only thing better than the food and adult beverage was the time spent with family members and friends. And speaking of family, thanks to Cale's Uncle Jimmy, Reverend James B. Walker, for his steadfast cooperation early on and his fine job of officiating tonight. We always have to take care of the housekeeping here, so a shout out also to April and her staff here at Roswell Mill for keeping everything professionally in sync. Finally, I've just asked you throughout this evening, please keep a thought reserved for those who could not join us tonight. I know I'm up here to propose a toast, but if you just bear with me. Before we toast the new Mr. and Mrs. Rosario, I beg your indulgence for a short reminiscence, a trip down memory lane, if you please. Brea, since tonight is yours, I want to share a few things that have always seemed to stay with me and have really brought us to this point here tonight. First, the beginning. The date, March 11th, 1987, a Wednesday night. Seemingly a night like any other night. Well, maybe. Lynn and I finished dinner and settled in to watch Tyrone Power and Maureen O'Hara in the long gray line, the story of West Point. It was on one of the Turner channels. Around 8:15, after 2 or 3 calls to the doctor, we left for Northside Hospital. Approaching I-285, small snowflakes blew across the windshield, which precluded the 85-mile-an-hour ride all expectant fathers crave. We did safely arrive at Northside, and Lynn walked the floor with Grammy for hours. Around 8 o'clock a.m. the next morning, you arrived. At that time, I felt our family complete, at least until tonight, with the addition of one each, David, Cale, Rosario. Second, years later, when I picked you up from school one afternoon, asking you if you were friends with this person or that person whose parents I might have gone to school with years ago, you stared at me incredulously and explained that you considered everyone in school to be your friend. Good job, Lynn. That's on you. And finally, okay, some years ago I did a search for your name and its origin. On 2 different links it read strong, comma, virtuous, comma, hill, H-I-L-L. And the next link was courageous, comma, strong, and hill again. As you might guess, Reverend I said, what the hell? It seems that the feudal lords in the Celtic region were very proud of their own land holdings and jealous of others. When asked to describe the extent of their rolling properties, they would use a Gaelic term, Brea, which meant beauty beyond sight, Brea. For that you truly are. It's been an honor and a privilege having you as a daughter these many short years. Your mom and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise any glass at this point. To Brea and Cale, may you keep forever the love and passion you have for each other this very year. God bless you.
Done. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, the matron of honor, Angela.
thanks to Brea and Cale. Thank you for allowing us all to be a part of your evening tonight. Thank you to my parents for making this beautiful night happen. Thank you to Cale's family for welcoming our family with open arms. Thank you to the wedding party and all the guests, because you're all here because you're special and important to Brea and Cale. Oh, and thank you to Whiskey. I would not be able to stand up here right now if I hadn't had a couple drinks. That's true. So, I'm Angela. Brea's much older, equally wise, much less mature sister. So I'm going to go way back. I'm in middle school, doing my middle school thing. Mom comes up and hits me with a whammy. I'm pregnant. And I'm like, two things come to mind immediately. One, wait, how did this happen? Wait, no, I don't want to think about that, blah, 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 blah. And the second is, I've been the baby for like 13, 14 years. What's going to happen to me? So time goes by, and from the first moment I laid eyes on her, it was love at first sight. And all of my concerns went away, and we've been extra close ever since. So Brea is not only my sister, she's one of my closest friends. Amy, I said one of, so you don't kick my butt later. Yeah. She's the godmother to my children. I tried to make her a cuddle buddy, but she refused. It's okay. Yeah, she's Cale's now. So. She's my confidant. She and I know that we will be there for each other no matter what. Thank you. So we're very close, but we're also very, very different. Growing up, I was in sports. She was in the Peace Patrol. Yeah. She's a planner, I'm a procrastinator. She's always on time, I'm always late. She's always cute and preppy. Most of the time I'm looking like a hot mess. If you pictured Brea coming over to your house for dinner, she would be wearing a cute dress, ballet flats, a cardigan, and a cute purse. And we actually joke that her firstborn is like coming out of the womb in a cardigan. So, even though we have our differences, we have some things in common. We're both Pisces, so we're both extremely emotional, wickedly stubborn. We both love music. We've had a lot of memories together, listening to music, going to concerts, our awesome family dance parties, which brings me to the next thing we have in common. We have some pretty incredible dance moves. We both have anxiety. Mine doesn't seem as bad because it's medicated, but... And we both love each other fiercely. So there are two things that you have unknowingly taught me. One is the importance of family. Before Brea, Phoebe, our family was very close and loving, but we were all kind of going in different directions. After Brea, AB, everything was more exciting. Holidays were super fun again. You woke us up, you brought us closer. We love on a different level now. You are the glue that holds us together, and I thank you for that. The second thing that you've taught me that is kind of hard for me to explain, but this is truly the essence of what makes you so unique and special to me, is that you've taught me true beauty is very simple but very rare. You are sincere and honest, dependable and loyal. You do everything with the best intentions. There are very, very few people in the world like you. And you are just a real and good person. You have taught me that it's not what you do, it's not what you wear, it's not what you drive, it's not what you have. It is who you are, and you are truly beautiful. So I've known that for a long time, and my biggest wish for you was that someone would come along and would see that, appreciate it, respect it, and love those amazing qualities that you have. And then along came Cale. So the first time everyone in our family met Cale, we immediately liked him. And it was like, then it kind of got a little creepy, and we were like, this is kind of too good to be true. What's wrong with him? So when y'all weren't around behind your back, we would talk about like, what about this? What about that? What about this? And we were like, no, he's fine. And we're like, okay, so Cale, the moment that I knew Brea had decided you were the one for her was Christmas 2015. The twins were born, Rhett and Avery, Christmas Eve. Yay! And they had all been at the hospital in Athens Christmas Eve. Brea was at my house Christmas morning. She talked to Cale. Cale said he was going to the hospital with his family. As many of us know, multiple births can be stressful for the kids, the family, the mother. Brea had gone through that and was trying to decide if she should be with him. And she was going back and forth, talking it through, and finally she just said, you know what, I'm going. I need to be there with him. And I was like, wow, this is it. So Cale, you're everything I could have hoped for Brea and more. I know how much you love Brea, and I love how much you love Brea. Your loyalty to your family and our family is truly admirable. I know your family is so incredibly proud of the man that you are, and I'm so happy to finally call you my brother. I'm almost through. So this is one of my favorite quotes. I think that's super sweet. She wept, and he swore he felt the water in his bones. He then thought to himself, we have become each other inside out. Brea and Cale, you are two that have now become one. I am so excited to see the life that you create together. It won't be perfect. At times it'll be really, really hard. But know you have your faith and a huge family that is always here to support you. James 1:19 says, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Brea and Cale, I love you both dearly. Okay. So let's say a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Rosario. May you have May you have a long life together, full of love, laughter, help, and faith. I love you.
All right, great job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last and certainly not least, the best man, Chris.
Very glad everybody made it out tonight for Cale. I would have been okay if most of you stayed at home. Made this a little bit easier. Anyway, I would really like to tell a few stories. There was a time Cale pooped on the floor, the way he could sneak money out to buy pencils at the school store, the way he could walk around behind you, but we really don't have time for all that. Go ask him to tell you, please. No. Anyway, about Brea and Cale, I think your Russell Dickerson song said it perfect. Cale may have been the boat stuck in the bottom, but I don't get the chance to touch this. two of you are absolutely perfect for each other. I'll never forget the first time we met in Brea. I mean, it was Garth Brooks' concert, so I can't forget. After all we put you through that night, and you stuck around. Props. Anyway, just wanted to say, very happy for y'all, and very glad I could be a part of this. Glad that I have the two of y'all here for Red and Avery. Everything that y'all do is amazing, and we got to finish this off to honor.
Yes, to honor.